Miss Pearlie's class presents Shadows of the Holocaust. Hello, do you want to learn about the Holocaust? The Holocaust was a mass murder of 6 million Jewish people by Adolf Hitler, who was sent with the Nazis. Life before Hitler was good for Jewish people. They loved to go to school, synagogue, ski on snow days, work at shops, spend time with their families. By New Year's Eve,
1938, Hitler took over Austria and in 1939 took over parts of Poland. He also took over a big part of Russia. Once he had done this, he took almost everything that the Jewish people owned and persuaded them to go to concentration camps. We are talking about Hitler's prejudice towards the Jewish people and how he took their rights away and sent them to concentration camps so it doesn't happen again. How did Hitler and the Nazis gain more power? Adolf Hitler, who was a very prejudiced man, wrote a book called Mein Kampf during his time in prison, convincing all the Germans that the Jews are bad and blaming all Germany's problems on them. When Hitler got the Germans convinced he had the power to rule the globe, he persuaded millions of Germans to follow his way. It is ironic that he wanted to gain respect for himself, because what he did to the Jewish people was not respectful at all. The reason why he wanted all the power in Germany was because he was prejudiced towards the Jews.
Hitler and his army moved into Europe and took Jewish people's rights away. Some of the rights that were taken away were that Jewish kids were forbidden to go to a park, to school, or even ice skating. The Jewish adults got their jobs taken away just because of their race and beliefs. When Hitler got to Jewish areas, he made new rules banning people from everything. On every area there was a sign that read, Juden sind verboten, which means Jews are forbidden. At one point, the Jewish people were even forbidden to go into their own businesses. Hitler made new curfews for them. Whoever was out past 8 p.m. was in very big trouble. The Nazis would also burn books that would educate people and inform them that the Nazis were bad. Jews would have to wear the Star of David so the Nazis knew that they were Jewish. If they didn't wear it, they would still know and send them away to concentration camps. Jewish people had regular lives until their rights were taken away. Thump, thump, thump. You're coming with us, the Nazis would say when they took them to the train cars. The train cars used to transport Jewish people weren't meant for humans. They were used for transporting animals. There were no doors, no bathrooms, and no windows. It was very lonely. Nobody knew each other. Their family members were sometimes in other train cars, and nobody knew where they were heading. Hitler built many concentration camps, and that is how 6 million people were killed or worked to death. Some Jewish people were sent to ghettos first. A ghetto was a rundown town to keep people, kind of like a concentration camp. One of the differences about ghettos and concentration camps is that you get to stay with your family. You would have someone to talk to when you're down, which is mostly all the time. If you're in a ghetto, life in a concentration camp was worse though. Auschwitz was one of the worst concentration camps. There were 3 main camps at Auschwitz. The first one was a working camp where people made things for the Nazis like ammunition and other supplies. Some people would die for exhaustion in these camps. The second one was death camp. This was the worst type of camp. People lived in small places with not enough food, uncomfortable beds, and were often separated from their families.
At night they were sent to gas chambers, where they were put to death. If they were not taken to the gas chambers, they could die from illness or abuse from the guards. It was a horrible place.
Adolf Hitler took Jewish people to concentration camps and took their rights away because he was prejudiced towards them. He hated them for their beliefs and blamed Germany's problems on them. Today we don't want to hate anybody because we don't want this sort of thing to happen again. We don't want anybody to live lives like the Jewish people in the Holocaust. So don't hate other people because of their race, religion, or anything else. Don't bully, call people names, or be mean to them. We don't want this sort of thing to happen again. We don't want another person like Hitler. This is why we need to learn about the Holocaust.